And I cannot imagine a guy and a little kid like me in Colombia in those times more close to drugs than anyone else. But thanks to my father's good education that he gave me, I never felt tempted in those times. So that's why I believe that education is the most powerful weapon to face all these problems.
The second question from Global Shapers Doha, they are asking if you have already plans to come back to Doha, or if you're not, when are you thinking to come to Doha?
I'm ready to go back, man. Once the skies are open again, it will be a pleasure and an honor to be there. And I have some friends now there, including you.
Good.
So
Thank you.
a lot of people to visit, and they treat me very, very well. So kind, great people, well educated, beautiful place. It's such an amazing place. It's like living in some parts and some parts in the past with the culture, and such a beautiful place. I would like to come back for sure.
Thank you so much. And a question from our brother Halif Al Haroun from I Love Qatar platform, one of the most well-known platform in Doha and the Middle East. He's asking if do you have any relation with this brand of Escobar products sold in the market?
No, not at all. That belongs to one of my uncles, and I have to say that I have no relationship with at all. It's for the past 26 years, and the reasons because he's not a serious guy. I don't want to talk bad things about and against my own family members, but the truth is that this guy um, doesn't have any kind of respect for anyone, and sadly, so he's always like behind, trying to scam people, trying to rob people, and he even claims that he has the cure for AIDS. Can you imagine that? A guy who never thought, and he's selling that. So he's selling phones and selling some other. And I have no relationship with that company and with that man, and so I have nothing to do with that. And sadly, I know that a lot of people pay for having a phone related to my father, but that's fake. It's nothing serious. Nobody will sell you a $1,000 phone for $400. So that's a scam. They send you a book, not a phone. So they blame the the company who delivers the product. So I don't recommend that. That's not serious at all.
A question from our friend Erasmo Muñoz from Panama. He's asking what is your opinion about the legalization or not of marijuana?
Well, I think it's happening already. Many started in Uruguay, and some other European countries have dealt with this in a way, a different approach. And even the United States, more than half of the states are already legalizing marijuana. Some of them for recreational purposes, and most of them for medical purposes. I believe that we learn a little bit about story. Marijuana was demonized by some of the people in the past who wanted to bring to the world kind of products that they invented. I don't want to say the names of the company, but if we study a little bit, we understand that this was like a demonization of a product that could be used for good. And
Of course.
what I'm saying is that there's a very interesting case, and it's about the Colorado state in the United States. There was a very old law that said, if they had more money in the public they could spend, they have to give it back to the people. And the only time when this happened was when they legalized marijuana. They received so much money thanks to the taxes that they had to give people money back. And what I'm saying this is the drug trafficking world, it's about taking two decisions. If you want to make more of that, you look the results. How we are in America. We are destroyed, corrupt, where not equal opportunities for everybody. So the thing is, there's a lot of money involved in this business. So if you legalize that, if you legalize that business, if you, I heard the word regularize, because I think drugs are already legal. Why is that? Because you can just call somebody and somebody will bring that your drugs to your own place. So you don't even have to drive to a poor neighborhood to buy drugs. They bring it to your own home. So you call pizza the same. The pizza later. So drugs are legalized. They are already uh, very easy to find, sadly, but they are already there. So there's a lot of money involved in that business. And a way of you have to decide whether you're gonna leave that kind of money in the hands of criminals, or you're gonna leave that kind of money in the hands of the public domain and the government that could use that for better purposes. Because the money will be there, the business will be there, it will survive, no matter if they prohibit it or they regularize the same. If they prohibit the business, the quality of the drugs will be worse, will damage even more the human body. Because the drug dealer, who cares if they put even glass powder to cocaine? Not pure cocaine. I'm not saying that cocaine is good, and I'm not saying that marijuana, and I'm not encouraging anyone to try drugs. I'm just saying, think politics behind them. They are making more harm than good. And if we can change our way of thinking, and we can realize that we have been trying for the formula of, prohibiting for the past 100 years, and look how
Wow.
today. So
We will
I
have,
think we have to rethink again, to
yeah.
find different politics and policies about all of this, because it's not working. It's like pouring water to the garden. I never met a single drug dealer in the world who is in favor of legalization, because it will be stupid. It will be the end, unfortunately, the next
We
day.
have. Thank you, Juan Pablo. We have only 3 minutes more. So before to finish, I want to say hi to my mom. I always need to do this. She's watching us right now. She's in Panama.
What's her name?
Isaura.
Isaura, un saludo para ti. Un abrazo.
Thank you so much. Also my other mother, Lucy. She's my mother-in-law. Thank you so much for being here watching us. And before to finish, I will take. I have a long list of questions. You have. I'm sure you have
Okay.
idea of this. let
Bye.
me let me try to pick up some. And before to finish, a short message to say goodbye from you, Juan Pablo. Thank you so much. Let me take one of these questions. What
Bye.
is
Oh, no
okay?
problem.
Okay, there is. Well, we already talked about pretty much all of this. Okay, this one. I think this is a good one. How do you manage to live without security? Her name is Sudais from Uganda.
Mm-hmm. Well, um, you know, you have to learn that. I believe a little bit in destiny, because I've
So sorry,
been.
sorry, sorry to interrupt you, Juan Pablo. Do you
Yes,
mind if when we finish, if we connect for half an hour more? Do you mind?
yes,
Could
no
we?
problem. You can say
Thank
15,
you.
20 minutes. No problem. Yes, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, 15 minutes more. 15 minutes more just to pick up like
No
three,
rush.
five questions. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. So what we will gonna do now is this: the live will finish, and then we will have 15 minutes more. So Juan Pablo could answer maybe 3 to 5 questions, and then we will finish.
And perhaps you can talk in those 15 minutes about your books, Letters on the Wall, and In Times of Sacrifice too.
No, no, no. Only, I mean, only my very good friends, my mom and my wife, they bought the books. It's okay for me.
No,
I'm very happy with that.
I believe so. You will have to sell more in the next months for sure.
Thank you, inshallah. So the live will finish and we will reconnect immediately, or I don't know. Now it's still on.
Yeah, you
Because I understand because we started at 1-7, something like that. Because you
okay.
remember we were. So we can finish. So the question was about your security, how you can manage to
Well,
live
I
without security.
sometimes having a lot of security members taking care of your life would put you more in danger than not having them. Why is that? Because they could receive threats and they could be part of your own enemies. It really happened to me, something like that. The Colombian government in that time gave me kind of protection to me and my family, my little sister, my mother, and they put between those guards, some of the gangs members. Of course, they were like police, but they didn't um, wear police. So you know, I really believe that destiny can take you to any place. I even faced that when I had possibility of having a meeting with Cali cartel members. I went to visit them, and I told them uh, that I was be killed in that meeting. I went there alone. Only my mother joined me. So I realized that I could have been a very brave man or a very stupid man. That's a very thin line that can divide those things. So they told me, we're going to let you live, but we are going to condemn you to be poor. And in my last book, I thank them because they really gave me the opportunity of being alive again, and I took that opportunity, and I respect that opportunity. That's why I believe so much in second opportunities and second chances. So I'm not worried about security. It happens, whatever it has to happen. There's nothing you can do to stop death.
Of
So
course, I will take one more question. This is okay. There is a question. They are saying, do you ever think about if your dad would change it if he did not get killed?
no, my father was born as a bandit and he died as a bandit. So he was decided to 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 walk that path, without stopping. I tried many times to ask him to change his way of thinking, but he was very cold in those things, and never. I never expected that he was willing to change. Sadly,
Wow. Okay. One question more, and then uh, okay. This is in Spanish, but even though, is that old story tale
those.
in your books?
Yeah, well, I wrote two books, not three. My mother wrote their one,
The other one,
uh,
right? But you have a
and
documentary, right? You have a
yes,
documentary thing.
Death of My Father, Escobar Exposed, and many others. But know what's it's incredible about my father is that no matter how many books I already wrote about him and how many investigations and documentaries I made and produced, etc., I always discover new stories about him. It's amazing, but I don't know how a man who passed away when he was 44 years old had so much time to be involved in many things at the same time. So I'm still discovering the kind of things he was doing and the kind of crimes he was behind.
Right. Okay, so there is 1 minute remaining. Juan Pablo, please, a last message for our friends.
So thank them for being here with us, and just taking count that Pablo Escobar's story is not a story to repeat, and it's a story to be inspired for good and not for bad things. And you will have no future if you try to follow my father's examples. That's why I didn't follow him. And that doesn't, loving him doesn't make me blind about his actions in life. But